What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. We are cruising along through our week here on 412 Productions. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon so far. And big celebration in MAGA country with the Iowa caucus. Can't wait to get into that during today's show. But first, the pre-show. We got 5 minutes to spend together, hang out before we officially get this broadcast underway. Jump into chat wherever you are. I'll go ahead and say hi to as many of you as I can. And then away we go. Truth Teller 101, Lino Vincent, Lucy Anders, Silebor, John Q, and Eric Finch all hanging out in the mosh pit on D Live. What's up, guys? Good to see you all out there. Shout out to our friends on Rumble as well. Hit that thumbs up button for us over there. Liberty's Great Awakening and Timar checking into the chat over on Rumble, D Live, Odyssey, Cloud Hub, Twitter, YouTube, all you guys on those other platforms. Great to see and be with you guys. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. And of course, shout out to the fam over on pilled.net, the only place, the exclusive place to watch the second half of this broadcast, the 5 o'clock hour, only available on pill.net, the home of free speech. So if you don't know, go get yourself familiar, because pill.net is the future, at least for this program and many, many others. I believe it will be as well as things continue to develop over there. Let's see who's all hanging out with us there. Floyd, Due Diligence in there first. Great to see you, my friend. Patriot 714 in the house as well. Welcome, Patriot. Lightsphere, what's up, Lance? Great to see you. Delia checking in from Arizona. It's wonderful to see you, Delia. And I will pass along your feedback. Maybe we can find a way to work with you there and see if there's something we could do. Let's see. D. Richard, welcome. Truth Teller 101 is double dipping. Love to see it. Lyle, Jenny, how are you guys? Packers 412. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. 2A Freedom Rider repping the 412, working and lurking. Let's go 2A. Hopefully we keep you good company throughout the rest of your workday. Floyd with a happy Wagyu Wednesday cookie. Yum, 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 delicious. I will take 2. General Buford says hi, D. What's up, Buford? Barb Robbins in the house. What's up, Barb? How are you today? Timar, what's up, Timar? Double dipping as well. My man Roy Stones and Bones over on the West Coast. What's up, Roy? Eyes Wide Open. Great to see you. Wisconsin, Facts Not Fear, R. Harrell, and my man Norm, Hang 10, Alien Surfer, all hanging out with us today. Great to see you all. Mama Bear Patriot, Mad Joker, Cynthia. What's up, guys? Good afternoon, Mr. Gerardo. Happy Tuesday to you too, buddy. Cabin Girl for Trump, HL Paco, Mez out there as well. DX in Dread Quarters hanging out as well today. Good to see both of you guys. HL Paco, what's good? My man Scott, the Growth of Woke Societies, checking in. Scott, how you doing, buddy? Hope your Tuesday is continuing to go well. Ghost Pepper, what's up, Ghost Pepper? The First Branch, Jay Brewskis, Idaho Patriot 89 out there. Laura Y also repping the 412. Let's go, Laura. Jenker 2, what's going on? Gonzo Rules dropping a pre-show fleet. Wow, that's amazing. Says hop on a ship, fam, and take a ride. Big thank you to Gonzo for that big generosity to kick off the broadcast today. Qhio 17 in the house. What's up, Qhio? Kim Iowa bringing the heat. Driving. Please drive safely, Kim. Jeff Den out there as well. Tweety 52. KH Ohio. Sigurd Dragon Slayer. Gilligan's, Chris the Pooh 10, Thumper Rose, D Patriot 1776. Say hi to D Lurker for us, please. Christine in Texas. What's going on? Bella 214, KC Powwow, and my man Filter Dog 1. What's up, brother? We got Leanna Wilbert out there. Leanna, how's your Tuesday going? We got Target Driver, Rhubark. What's up, guys? Great to see all you out there. Russell, Awake Russell to be exact. What's going on? Q Larva, M1911 Zoom, Don Ritchie 17. There's Esther G13. Great to see you. There's Thumper Rose. What's up, Thumper? How are you? Good to be with you guys. Pip's mom checking in from across the pond in Wales, UK. Shout out to all of our Patriots abroad. We're going to have a fun show tomorrow with a OG Patriot from across the pond, Mr. Graham Moore. Daddy Dragon will be joining the show. Very much looking forward to that. Filter Dog 1 hooking us up with a can. Thank you, Filter Dog. I really appreciate that. And then we got Esther G13 dropping some shades. Says, thank you for all the birthday love on Saturday, Adult and Fam. I was at the Great American Restoration Tour event and had to go. You're very welcome. And yeah, I hope your birthday was fantastic. Thank you for the shades and spending your Tuesday with us here today, Esther. We got Pensator out there, I believe, also checking in from across the pond. Love to see it. Always in Texas. Bella 214. Cha-cha-ra. Sorry about your Steelers. Go Lions. I'm not sorry about it. I don't lose any sleep over the outcome of football games these days. That's all right. Now, if the Pirates were to lose a baseball, like a World Series or a playoff series, then that might be a different story. The Pittsburgh Pirates are the only team I would really get emotionally attached to at this point, and only because they've been perennial losers since I've been a kid. And I have yet to see any sustained success from them, and I'm a big baseball fan. But other than that, all the other professional sports ball teams, don't care. Dale Bercier checking in from North Dakota. What's up, Dale? How you doing, man? Jennifer M out there. There's Oilman 94. Good to see you, dude. All right. Alan Wrench, thank you for the can and welcome. Good to see you. Facts Not Fear checking in as well. All right. I'm going to try to start the show. Let's get this going. 4:01 on the East Coast on this frigid day here in the 412. Let's get this thing underway. Boys Blanc, welcome and thank you for the cookie. We'll be back in just a few minutes. There's Nezercat checking in from Wyoming. All right, if I don't do this now, it'll never get done. Let's go.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. Be addicted, the MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all, I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall, we're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production, Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adult hero is the power that's controlling the plight. With all you patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may either find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by the sign, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they're confined. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight, but I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharp. sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sights? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replacing with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only incentivized to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the boot and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful. Then you're gone. But not us. We're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Admiral Nero, take the mic and take flight, 'cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Admiral Nero.
There we go. Not falling for the mute game this time. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Thank you guys for being here for another broadcast, another Deplorable Discussions. My name is Admiral Nero. It is January 16th, 2024, and we are living in the wake of the Iowa caucus, the return of MAGA, a huge night, one that I think many of us were kind of waiting for this moment for quite a while. Seeing Donald Trump win his first primary state and really kind of cement himself as the nominee. So it's a day for celebration, a day for puffing out your chest a little bit, putting on that MAGA hat, and just being proud that we've survived 3 years of this nonsense, and we're back, baby. We're back. Election season is officially underway. 2024 is looking like it's going to be absolutely lit, and very excited to be hanging out with you guys here to take in all of the news and events and everything that's going to be surrounding what promises to be an absolutely wild year in the world of news and politics. First, let's see, we got some. Here's Maxinon about to join the panel, and I have no idea where TN is. I think Pinata said he was going to be out Monday and Tuesday this week, so I'm not surprised that we don't have Pinata. Did he do his show today? Anybody know? I didn't see him live, or I didn't have a chance to look to see if he was live, but either way, I think it might just be Max and I for now. We'll see if TN joins, and then we'll have Craig Mason join the broadcast in the second hour, which I'm really excited about, and that'll be available exclusively on pill.net. So make sure you have found your way over there and gotten somewhat comfortable with how to watch and chat and do all that good stuff. My pleasure to welcome in Maxidon of the Rise Attire Tribe. Max, how you been? Happy New Year.
Happy 2024. Oh man, it's been off to a great start. Let me tell you, this has been, I'm sure everybody out there is paying just as close attention as we are, and so far this year has not disappointed, not at all. Last night was pretty exciting. It was nothing short of what I thought it was going to be, but I'm sure we'll talk about that today. It's a big story of the day, that and election stuff in general. But man, I'm excited. I really have a great feeling about 2024. I just can't stop smiling about it. It's going to be good. I'm glad to be back. It's been too long since I've been on the panel, so I'm glad to get back in the swing of things and get into it with you today.
Yeah, happy to have you back as well, Max. You have a good holiday, good Christmas, all that good stuff.
It was so good. It was awesome. We have a really blessed, large family that I'm blessed with, and now that my new husband is blessed with as well. So we went up to New York, drove all the way from Greenville, South Carolina to Rochester, New York. And it takes 2 days to get there, but it is worth it because the food, the family, the fun is really great. And then we spent New Year's in Philly at an amazing party that his friends put together and host a huge rave, festival dance party. And it was great. So we came back refreshed and we're hitting the ground running for all the new stuff going on in 2024. And yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. You had a good holiday. Glad to hear your new year is off to a good start. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun talking about this stuff today. Let's first though take care of our sponsors. We have a couple wonderful sponsors here today. First is Earth Garden Botanicals, earthgardenbotanicals.com. You guys are well aware of Earth Garden Botanicals by now, I'm sure. They saved my ass last week. These products, I've been talking about it ever since I got back in action late last week from being sick. But products like the pine needle extract, great detox right there. The elderberry tonic boosting the immune system. Fire cider helping me clear my sinuses and breathe more clearly. All of these were absolutely paramount in fighting off that nasty little head cold I came down with early last week. So very, very grateful to have Earth Garden Botanicals in my corner. They have a lot of other great products too, like the CBD oil tinctures, and the CBD and hemp products in general are all fantastic. The ingredients are all grown locally on small organic Montana farms. The tinctures taste great. The CBD oils taste great. There's a lot of awesome flavors to choose from there. There's a CBD oil for pets, for your dogs, your cats, your fur babies out there. I've used the CBD oil for pets back when Gunner was still around, and we had great success with that. The Delta 8 R&R nighttime gummies help you get a good night's sleep, and the Arnica salve, you can get that infused with CBD oil or without it. It's good stuff. It helps with sore joints and muscle pain. So I highly recommend you check those out. Also, you have your teas, lots of different tea blends to choose from if you're a tea drinker, and of course the critter juice to keep the mosquitoes and insects away. It's an all natural insect repellent, extremely effective. It doesn't smell bad, feel gross, or leave you smelling. Yeah, or like I said, it doesn't smell bad. So anyway, all these products are absolutely amazing. They're all made with love and care up in Montana by our wonderful friend Jolene, who is an herbalist and a health coach and a just total genius. Promo code 412 gets you 10% off your order. So go load up on these products and yeah, say hi to Jolene for us. She absolutely adores this community and absolutely loves you guys. And then also we have our friends over at diamondsoapco.com. Diamond Soap Co. is a great company. They are as America first as it gets, veteran and family owned and operated. Harold and Laura married over 30 years. They are veteran Air Force Intel vets, and they make all of their soaps, all of their body butters, spit it out, Adel, homemade here in the United States, handmade here in the United States, using organic, all natural ingredients. These things smell absolutely amazing. I love the Kentucky bourbon, the bonfire as well. And I've been using the Island Escape recently. It is really awesome too. It kind of feels or gives you like the pina colada on the beach vibe is the best way I could describe it. It's a really pleasant aroma that fills up the bathroom. Your cedar amber, your sweet almond are very nice as well. The green tea cucumber is super bright and energetic or energizing aroma. I really like that one too. There's frankincense and myrrh. That one was Lightspeed or Lance's idea. They made that with his vision. And then of course the lemongrass as well. There's some floral scents too, like rose, lavender, and things like that. So go check it out, load up your cart, get a gift basket, buy some for your friends, family. These products are absolutely wonderful. And you get 17% off when you use promo code 412. You can also get yourself a t-shirt, a woman's t-shirt, or a hoodie to keep yourself nice and warm on these frigid winter days. Diamondsoapco.com. Vote with your dollar. Stop buying your soap from companies like Procter & Gamble or Johnson & Johnson. It's a great opportunity to support a mom and pop operation, a small business, an America first small business, that parallel economy we're always talking about, preaching about. This is just one of those little purchasing decisions you can make that really vote with your dollar and make a difference. You know, those little decisions that add up over time and really make a big difference. So again, diamondsoapco.com, promo code 412, 17% off. Earthgardenbotanicals.com, promo code 412 for 10% off. Those are our sponsors for today's show. And then also want to just give everybody a reminder, if you're watching on pill.net, make sure you hit that red pill button for us as you make your way into the stream, as you get yourselves comfortable. And even more importantly, please repost the show. That helps tremendously as well. Share the link. do all those little things that make a big difference in helping us grow this channel and our platform here on pilled.net. So yeah, I don't know where TN is. That's crazy. I don't think TN ever is this late. I'm gonna send him a quick message, make sure he's okay, and then we'll jump right in. Just give me one quick second here, guys. Um, All right, there we go. All right, let's start. Obviously, we had a big night last night, Max, in Iowa. President Trump absolutely dominated the field. Let's read about it a little bit. Des Moines, Iowa, former President Donald Trump won the 2024 Iowa caucus with record-shattering vote totals. On January 15th, which was also the coldest caucus night on record, President Trump made history in two categories. He became the first Republican candidate to win more than 50% of the votes in a caucus with multiple contenders. President Trump drew a 51% share of the vote. His next closest competitor, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, attracted 21.2%. The difference of nearly 30 percentage points smashed the previous record for being the biggest Republican margin of victory, 12.8% set in 1988. Really think about that, guys. 12.8% up to 30%. That is pretty unbelievable. The third place finisher in Monday's caucus, former United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley, attracted about 19% of the votes, trailing Mr. DeSantis by about 2 percentage points. Ms. Haley also won Johnson County in eastern Iowa by a single vote, according to tallies from the Iowa GOP. Thus, that lone vote robbed President Trump of his full sweep of all 99 counties, which many of his allies had trumpeted on social media before the final tally. After seeing his disappointing share of less than 8% in a fourth place finish, Ohio businessman Vivek Ramaswamy withdrew from the race and announced he was endorsing President Trump. We'll talk about that more a bit later. All of the totals above are recorded with 99% of the votes counted, according to the Associated Press. During his victory speech at the Iowa Event Center, President Trump struck a unifying tone. Quote, I really think this is time now for everybody in our country to come together, he said. We want to come together, whether it's Republican or Democrat, liberal or conservative. It would be so nice if we can come together and straighten out the world. Amen. Several hundred ardent fans and volunteers who laid the groundwork for his big win celebrated jubilantly with the former president. He credited his family and supporters for paving the path to his big win. But the AP had declared President Trump as the winner so swiftly, just 31 minutes into the caucus process, his guests had not yet arrived. The AP says its decision became clear after an analysis of early returns and a survey of caucus goers. Both showed Trump with an insurmountable lead. More than 110,000 Iowans cast ballots in the caucus, far short of the nearly 187,000 recorded during the last competitive caucus in 2016. Still, many people considered this year's turnout to be respectable, considering temperatures that dipped to -3 degrees Fahrenheit in Des Moines area, feeling like -10 with the wind chill. For many months, polls had shown President Trump held a commanding lead over all of his Republican rivals. 2 days before the caucus, an influential poll published by Des Moines Register, NBC News, and Mediacom Communications Corp showed that President Trump had support from from 48% of likely caucus goers, and again, he ended up with 51. I'll leave that there. It gets into some more things, but point of the matter is MAGA came, saw, and conquered Iowa, setting this entire primary, setting the tone for this entire primary season. And you could see the establishment GOP extremely butthurt by this, the liberal media trying to make sense of it. And to me, it just further shows that he is Teflon Don. You can indict him, you can come after him in civil suit, you could do whatever you want, you could bash him in the media, call him Hitler, all these little things. It does not make a difference. The guy is an unstoppable force of nature to be dealt with, and he's back, baby. We're back. MAGA's back. Let's fucking go. Max, how did you feel about last night? How closely were you watching? How excited are you to see the MAGA movement kind of coming back into, not that it ever left prominence, but it's officially, on the record here and not to be fucked with. How you feeling today?
I feel great about it. I'm glad, just glad to see that it's everything that we knew that it was going to be. It kind of just confirms that our confidence all along has not been misplaced, has not been, a fool's hope in any way. I think that there's a little bit of like, if we're gonna first, I'll celebrate. It was a huge win. It was, record breaking in all these ways, and it's just nice to see Trump winning. And it kind of dawned on me like we're gonna see so much winning over the next 11 months, and then the next 4 years. Like it's surreal. Even to be in 2024, we just kind of been through this darkness that thought 2024 might never come, and here we are. We just won. Oh, guys, it's on. Like it's happening. It's real. The win is real. Then if we're going to analyze everything and go into the media, I heard a funny take. I think Salty was covering it, that yesterday, I haven't been paying attention too much to the DeSantis camp because but it's a hate movement. And I guess they were projecting all day for some reason that Trump was going to somehow lose in some way or not get as many votes. I don't know if they actually thought he was going to lose, but they were saying that the Trump campaign is going to declare that the Iowa caucus was rigged because DeSantis is going to perform so well, whatever that means. And of course, today, they're the ones saying that the media is rigging it for Trump and they want him to win for some backwards reason that also doesn't make sense. I mean, it's hysterical to watch the DeSimp camp. I just can't, I don't know. I'm sure we're going to talk about Vivek too. That's the other side of this story, but it was great to see Trump get over 50%. And I think it's for some, again, another stupid reason they allow same day registering. The Democrats can register as Republicans, show up in caucus in the Republican vote. So I think that has everything to do with why we saw the numbers that we did for DeSantis and Haley, not so much for Vivek at all, which is why I think, he was staying in as long as he did. I think that was part of his role to do that and draw those votes. I think that's why Trump started talking some crap about him too, was to draw those votes for him for that. So I think there's a lot to pick apart and it's fun to do that. We are political nerds, right? I'm sure all you guys enjoy this stuff. It's also like, to wrap up, my final thought about it is that it feels surreal to kind of be analyzing another election as if we're in normal times, as if we're in elections. Like, we're not. We're at war. 2020 was stolen. None of this is normal. None of this should be analyzed from any other perspective other than 2020 being stolen and being stolen from Trump. That's the foundation. So if you hear anybody on talking con Inc. stuff, talking about this as if it's a normal election, discount their political contribution to the conversation altogether, because you can only analyze this from Trump won. This is the third time he's going to have to win it. Let's talk about it from there,
Right on. No, I love that. You're absolutely right. This is not a normal election year. This is on the heels of a cartoonishly stolen election. Like, it wasn't like they swapped out a few votes in maybe one or two states. They dumped hundreds of thousands of illegal votes in every swing state to LARP that senile old pedophile into office. It was a total joke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no, everything has to be kind of viewed from that angle, because that's incredibly important. I'm glad you said that. You mentioned like this Pied Piper idea. I want to play this clip on CNN because it is interesting, and I'm curious your thoughts as to how sincere this is, or if they're taking this talking point because they know that there's really no stopping Trump, so or what they're doing is so ineffective. So rather than kind of admit that their ineptitude, they're playing it off like, oh, this is what we want anyway. Take a listen to this.
$17 million over the course of the fourth quarter of last year. I mean, they're sitting on a pretty solid war chest. And so for them, I think their strategic priority tonight is money, money, money. Raise money, juice their base, remind people Donald Trump's going to be the Republican nominee.
You made the point earlier that that the Biden campaign watching this tonight, they want this settled. They want to see Donald Trump as the front runner.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And
Donald Trump
has remarkable, because Biden advisors have gone out and actually said that they want Donald Trump to be the GOP nominee because they feel the greatest level of confidence head to head with him. They can litigate his indictments, January 6th, these drags that do not resonate in a general election.
There you go. Again, the Pied Piper strategy that worked so well for them in 2016. For some reason, they're asking for the rematch, and she cites the indictments. She cites the potential litigation of Donald Trump's legal issues. To me, that's not the matchup I would want. If you're depending on the courts to come in and win the election for you, not your policy ideas, your success as the incumbent, your messaging to the people. That's not why they're excited. They're excited because they control the DOJ, and they've got a lot of corruption in the judiciary, and they're able to essentially through those channels slander Donald Trump in a way and try to make him look like a criminal, like a lot of things to the American people. That seems to be the entire strategy. What are your thoughts on that, Max? I mean, it seems pretty foolish to me.
Yeah, I think they are kind of cornered right now. I mean, everything that they've been saying, I especially, I don't know if you have this clip pulled up, but I've been sort of mentally arguing with Rachel Maddow all day in my head because I kept hearing a few people playing this clip of her take on all of it, saying that it's incredible to watch what the American people, half of this country wants. And that's important to analyze, that they want a totalitarian dictator from the ultra right, and we're seeing it, and like they're spinning up this narrative that he's going to be this fascist, crazy dictator, completely ignoring the fact that living under a dictatorship is what we are doing right now. And I almost want to be like, keep trying with that narrative, keep explaining what a dictatorship looks like and what it is, because you're lying about Trump, but people might figure out that that's, oh, you mean like vaccine mandates? You mean like weaponizing your entire judicial system to go after your political opponent? And now just last week, we had the evidence coming out that those prosecutors had met in the White House, all of them on different times and different days, documented as colluding. I mean, this storyline you couldn't write it any better. I really do love the show that we're seeing right now. So yeah, I think they're panicking, and I know it's cliche at this point to say the deep state is panicking, but they are. I mean, what else are they going to do? Nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing.
Yeah, no, that's well said. Here's the clip you're talking about. Let's go ahead and play that for everybody out there in case you haven't seen this. I don't know if I've actually watched this one or not, but this is the Rachel Maddow meltdown after the Iowa caucus. Take a listen.
And the big picture takeaway from that, and I don't mean to be, again, too dark, as you said, on this, but it is not, if we are worried about the rise of authoritarianism in this country, we are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country, if we're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government, the leader who is trying to do that is part of that equation. But people wanting that is a much bigger part of that equation. Right. And the American electorate is made up of two major parties. One of those parties has been flirting with extremism on the ultra-right for a very long time. They've brought them in a way that they haven't been central to Republican electoral politics ever before, and I know because I've been studying this. But once you have radicalized one major party so that those are the preferences of the people who adhere to your party, the leader's interchangeable. And yes, Trumpism is something. Those are radicalized one major party so that those are the preferences of the people who adhere to your party.
Look at the look on her face right there. Like she's like, no, it's like this Duper's Delight grin, because she's completely projecting, right? Because it's the left that has radicalized their party. It is the left that has attacked every American value that has made this country great and prosperous. It is the left that has attacked our right on free speech. It is the left that attacks our right to bear arms and protect ourselves from tyranny. It is the left that has, really pushed to expand the role of the federal government to a point where it has become something so ridiculous and beyond what the founding fathers had ever imagined. It is the left that is pushing these border policies that are completely destroying our society, our economy, and our infrastructure. I mean, they are the extremist party. You look in the streets during the Summer of Love. You look at these pro Hamas rallies that you're seeing all over the country, and you guys know how I feel about Israel and Palestine, and I have my own thoughts on that. But you see this violent extremism coming from the left during their I mean, they are the party of extremists, and this look on her face right here, this is like, it's so funny. It's like, yeah, you keep lying to those guys. You keep gaslighting. You keep projecting all of the shit we're doing onto those dirty Republicans. I don't know. I just thought that little side eye smirk was extremely telling.
So ugly too. I mean, talk about your evil inside, evil outside. I don't remember if this is true, but I think I remember hearing something like this. She's some kind of witchcraft high priestess of black supremacy, voodoo, something. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but I believe that type of thing. Something's evil in there, because damn, good, you can't, that's evil. That's yeah. But I totally agree. You've nailed it. And they know that they're lying. They know that this is their only chance. And this Etienne would probably say, if you were here, I don't want to speak for him, but I can just hear his voice in my mind saying that this isn't the talking points or the attitude or the energy that you hear from people who are confident that their side is in control. Not at all. They have, again, to build more safety around themselves by propping up more lies and more propaganda. And they're just struggling. They're spinning all these plates of propaganda and bullshit, trying to keep it all the version of fake reality, all from crashing down around them. And yet here's another one they're going to have to spin now. And, Rise and I just keep talking about how much we're looking forward to the changes in the mass understanding of what's going on, as inevitably things, just like we've seen so far this year, in the past 6 months, really ramping up the truth of all of these lies coming out. The truth about things that we could only dream would someday reach a surface is going to start to do that. And man, are we going to watch them dance, and then we're going to watch them run and literally flee for their own freedom and safety, try to get out of the country, things like that. It's going to be, I have zero doubt that it's going to be glorious.
It's going to be so glorious. Let's listen to the last 30 seconds of this, and we've got more clips and more coverage here on the Iowa caucus in the first hour of today's show. Let's go.
The leader's interchangeable. And yes, Trumpism is sometimes what we call it. MAGA movement is probably a better way to do it. But there is an authoritarian movement inside Republican politics that isn't being bamboozled by Trump. They are pushing Trump to get more and more extreme, because the more extreme things he says, the more they adhere to him. And that is coming from a very large proportion of the American right that adheres to the Republican Party. And that's why this is a Republican Party problem more than it is the problem of one man and his leadership.
So there you go, right? Then this is where they're trying to take that hatred and that fear of Donald Trump that they've hammered into the heads of their viewers. The orange man, the orange man, the orange man. He's bad. He's Hitler. He's evil. Now this is the next step, and you're seeing it happen in real time. Now they're going and they're trying to convince you that all Republicans now, anyone that votes Republican, anyone that is a Republican representative, they are all Hitler. They are all supporters of authoritarianism. They're all cut from that same cloth. So you see how they embed these ideas into the minds of their very left-leaning base using hatred and fear. And once they've got them hooked, then they can start expanding that out to half of the country. And this is how you divide a nation. This is how you create serious issues, and the inability to have discussions with the other side, the ability to have any kind of understanding or compromise. It's this kind of rhetoric. It's this kind of gaslighting and brainwashing that they do on these kind of shows. So you could see it happening in slow motion here as we go into 2024. It's very, very interesting. As frustrating as it is to watch at times, tuning into someone like Drunk Pinata who watches this stuff at length, it's very important to understand, because I feel like it gives us at least some ability to empathize with the other side a little bit and understand how they're being programmed, and that gives us at least, some way to strategize into undoing that as best we can. So very, very interesting clip there for sure. All right. Tien Homestetter is about to join us here, so we'll check in with him before we go too much further, because I'm sure he has some thoughts on all this. Tien, HR is furious, but don't worry. I've talked them down. They're not going to dock your pay this time, but you might get a nasty worded email, and I apologize for that. We're
strongly worded condemnation coming.
yeah, but it's all right. We still love you. We forgive you.
Blame
And
it on Floyd.
yeah, blame it on Floyd for sure. Tien, we were talking about the Iowa caucus, Trump's historic victory, and we are just kind of watching some of the media reaction. And I don't know if you
you mean the meltdown?
Yeah, I don't know if you caught any of that clip we just played, but you had Rachel Maddow basically talking about how the Republican Party through Donald Trump has been hijacked by authoritarianism, by all this, and we're seeing the switch now from the hyper focus on the man himself, Donald Trump, and them trying to take all of that fear and hatred they've built up for him and now spread it evenly across the rest of his supporters. Any Republican at all, they're all him now, Tien, and it's just Trump. The whole party's now so far gone and so extreme that there's just no coming back for it. So this is the new MSNBC brain trust talking point pushing today.
Yep, and just wait, it's going to get worse. New Hampshire might be interesting because that's an open primary.
Mm-hmm.
But, and that if Trump wins New Hampshire, they are just going to go ballistic. And the war is coming. I've been saying that for a while now. The war is coming. And what can I say? It's all white Christians that were the problem.
We're going to play that clip too in a second.
Joyless. Yeah, but it's pretty amazing, the victory, because it was a clean sweep. Even though technically it's not, because he lost a clean sweep by 2 votes.
Yeah.
1 vote to tie, 2 to win. And that was in Johnson County. And that's why I'm late, because I was working out the data for it. I put it together. And it's very interesting because the data that's important, and right now we don't know it yet, but Iowa has same day party affiliation and at the door party affiliation change.
So you can walk register up that day. And one precinct said they even ran out of registration forms. There were so many Democrats registering.
But that's not the real issue here, in my opinion. You're right, Max. I'm not criticizing that or correcting you at all. I'm saying that Johnson County, the one county that Nikki Haley won by 1 vote, that's what I was working out. The demographics do not support Nikki Haley winning. That was what I've been calling the flood the zone by the Democrats, because they're using that ability to do the same day registration and at the door registration to change, in essence, come into the Republican primary and vote, even though you're a Democrat. That's why it's going to make New Hampshire pretty interesting. And she's leading in New Hampshire, which also shows you where it's at. Not leading Trump, but leading the pack of the second tier. CNN, we talked about that the other day. Yesterday, CNN had her at 6 points down, but it was an older poll. So anyways, on the Iowa front, I consider it, not because I'm a Trump supporter, but when you're at 29.8% above the second place, with 51% of the vote, and only losing 1 county out of 99 by 1 vote, that's a clean sweep. That is an absolute clean sweep.
Yeah, clean sweep went in a caucus where the other party can participate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember also, to contribute onto your point here, I saw a poll, I think it was Rasmussen, but I could be wrong, that said 40% of Nikki Haley caucusers would, if she were out of the race, would vote for Biden, not Trump. So what does that tell you?
Right. Yeah, it tells you that, and they had Tucker had somebody that they in the little clip, a young woman that was that way too. Yeah, that these were not Republican voters by and large. And it's kind of funny because she's the antithesis of what a Democrat would want. So it's clearly a move towards anti-Trump, because, like I said, she's pro-war, right? She's, I mean, in some things that she's into is definitely on the Democrat side. She's pro the illegals. She's pro vaccination.
She's pro censorship.
Yep. So, but anyways, as it relates to Iowa, Trump slam dunk. Anyway, so did you already do the sponsors? I presume so, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I was busy nose down because I was trying to find the voter registration by party affiliation for Johnson County, and I got it down to the January 2nd, 2024 registration results.
Oh, wow.
Right.
You don't have to explain yourself, Tien. HR is mostly liberal, unfortunately, in this country. I don't know how it happened, but they don't watch the show. They get triggered. So they can't. If you want to explain to them, you just got to send them an email directly.
It's just our democracy. It's at stake.
Sorry, finish your thought, man.
That's why I was nose down on that and stoking the fireplace and watching the meltdown. So, all pun intended. I'm doing my bit to trying to change the climate. It's bloody cold outside, so I'm doing my bit.
Yeah, seriously, change some of the climate up by me too.
I've had the fireplace going since like 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, I had a miserable morning myself. Not to distract from the show, but I was supposed to go into the office today for work. So I woke up at like 6 a.m. I got hardly any sleep. Roads were terrible. I fought through the parkway, icy, snowy roads. Took me forever to get into work. I got there, I sat down, only get a phone call from my boss telling me that no one else is coming in. I should just go home. So I had to go fight the snowy, icy roads on the way home. Just do it all over again. So that was how my day started. Yeah.
Gee, thanks, boss.
No, he's the best. I do.
Oh, I know, but it's like
I do love it. It was just funny because I had a feeling, but I still
you can't be the odd man out just in case.
Yeah, but so there I was, and then there I left. But anyway, it was funny the way it worked out. I was a good sport about it, and it's all good. But anyway, glad you're here, Tien, and we got lots more reaction to get to here. So let me go ahead and bring up another little clip here. So we just watched Rachel Maddow. Here's race baiting racist extraordinaire Joy Reid. Here's her take on what's going on. Take a listen.
New Hampshire. And I think to the point that you made, Steph, I mean, it's the elephant in the room. She's still a brown lady that's got to try to win in a party that is deeply anti-immigrant and which accepts the notion that you can say immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country. She's getting, birthered by Donald Trump. And I don't care how much the donor class likes her, which will ramp up a lot, the better she does in New Hampshire. So it's still a challenge. I don't see how she becomes the nominee of that party with Donald Trump still around. I can't picture it happening. Maybe it could happen. Ron DeSantis' only argument for staying in it is he's the white guy, that he can still make the appeal to white immigrants.
While we have
everything's about race.
Holy cow. I mean, do you realize that
unbelievably racist? I mean, I don't know how she's even allowed on TV. If I said anything halfway like that on a YouTube, like in reverse on a YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, I'd be deplatformed almost instantly. That woman is a racist piece of trash.
And at the very end, right before the clip went off, she said that white party, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Can you play, just to make sure I heard it right, can you play that little tiny clip just at the very end?
Yeah, absolutely.
He can still make the appeal to white evangelists.
While we have New Hampshire.
And I think
To Whitey. Did she say Whitey?
Whitey or white America, maybe?
She
One more
said
time.
white evangelicals.
Oh, white evangelicals. There you go.
But still, you're absolutely right. I mean, what a facepalm. Does anyone
talk about culture? Oh, sorry, Max, go ahead.
I was quickly going to say, does anyone know anyone in your personal lives that feels that way? That feels like everything is like, is this race tactic working on anybody anymore? Maybe 2020 they had a little bit of propagandistic, fear of the fist over them to kind of care about that stuff. But America's not a racist country. That's good. That's not going to age well. It's not going to work, and it's just pathetic and laughable and sad.
Before you jump into answer your question, no, because I won't associate with anybody that sees the world through a lens of skin color only. Those are the racist, evil people that this country is supposed to, be about, or the opposite of what this country is supposed to be about. So, I don't associate with racist pieces of trash in my life. And anyone that thinks like Joy Reid is a racist piece of trash, regardless of the color of their skin, all she talks about is skin color, and she frames every argument, every narrative, everything through the lens of skin color. She is the definition of racist. I don't know what other word you could use other than just total 100% racist, nasty woman is Joy Reid. Go ahead, Tien.
And even that, not only does she views it from the paradigm of skin color, a one-way view to boot, which is solidly racist. And if I'm going to go down this path, I might as well go do it. Talk about cultural appropriation. Straight white hair. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She didn't put the wig on straight,
No, I know. It's like when the wig goes one direction, your head goes the other. Stop using the body butter. I know it's good on your scalp, but stop using it.
I think it's just sliding all over the place.
Oh my God. I guess that they have to prove that there is racism in this country because they are showing it. They are showing the world there's racism in this country.
They absolutely are. They absolutely are. There's a lot of racism in this country. It's mostly on cable news.
Yes, exactly.
Here's another.
And the other people that are there with her, I couldn't believe the stuff that she's spewing. Do they actually believe that? Now, granted, I'm looking at the demographics of Iowa. It's mostly white, but it's such an easy race card. And you know what? I made a comment today. I said, I'm surprised they only used the race card, not the woman card and not the QAnon card. But I guess they're going to reserve that for Iowa and for New Hampshire and South Carolina.
We got a lot of states left, Tien. Don't worry. They'll use all the cards. I promise you. They won't leave a single one in the deck by the time this is all said and done. Let's see Joy Reid be even more racist here. I think another clip.
Talk about Iowa, and this is a hype.
Why is this one so quiet? Well, the volume on this one's a little low, but hopefully you guys can at least hear it a little bit. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's all the way turned up.
Talk about Iowa, and this is a hyper evangelical white state. And he said the following to me: Iowa is about 61% white Christian. The country as a whole is approximately 41% white Christian. And in Iowa, we're talking about evangelical white Christians. And he said the following. Because I asked him, what do they get out of supporting Donald Trump? Because he keeps losing, he keeps delivering losses and losses and losses. And he said the following: they see themselves as the rightful inheritors of this country, and Trump has promised to give it back to them. all the things that we think about electability, about, what are people gaming out, or none of that matters when you believe that God has given you this country, that it is yours, and that everyone who is not a white conservative Christian is a fraudulent American, is a less real American. Then you don't care about electability. You care about.
I mean, it's
You notice how she
Holy
went.
shit.
You notice how she. Half of what she said is a portion true. That people believe this country, particularly those that are spiritual, believe this country was divinely guided.
mhm.
That's not a white thing.
It has nothing to do with because of our whiteness or our
Exactly.
conservativeness or our political affiliation.
Exactly.
It means the people who are American fundamentally. That, I mean, I don't even think that that's a real quote. If anybody even said that, I think it was somebody that they decided said that, that just to prove their point. I think that is so manipulative and so backwards and
But that's coming from a priest she went out and a quote unquote theologian she reached out to. So you can imagine what the perspective. I'm surprised she didn't quote Reverend what's his name from Ohio, from Reverend Wright. That's what I was trying to think of. But she probably reached out, and I'll have to research the person she went. I didn't research that. So I'm not going to quote anybody, anything, or attribute to the individual, but I would venture to say that it's safe to say that if she reached out to ask his opinion, she knew what opinion she was going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the other aspect, then, when she dovetailed in that because you're white and because you're evangelical and because you believe this country was divinely inspired, that means you're against every other color that comes to this country. And that's bullshit.
Yep. It's 100% bullshit. But again, they're preying off that hatred and fear, that ignorance, and wow, they're losing their minds.
Something tells me though that these clips that are definitely out there are being posted. I haven't looked myself, but maybe it's better for our mental energy because we're all going to agree and say that's crazy, that's horrible, and to hear this insanity is like it drains on us. Because even I found myself today resenting and arguing with Rachel Maddow while I was like doing something in the kitchen. And I'm like, why does she deserve my energy like this? Why? That's just a natural fight in us as conservatives, whatever you want to call us, as American patriots, that's bullshit. We're not going to stand for it. So we fight it in our minds. So I think it's beneficial to go and look at the comments that are now allowed to be said on Twitter underneath all of these video clips. And I would be willing to bet money that there's far more comments like what we're saying than are defending that. And it is the social incentive to think that way, talk that way, and then to go online and tweet in support of that viewpoint. The social structure of like, you used to get rewarded socially for doing stuff like that. Now it's the other way around. You're disincentivized from agreeing with that because it sounds and looks and has been proven by observable reality, to be ludicrous, to be wrong, to be racist, to be like a trick, to be all that stuff. And nobody wants to look like they're getting tricked, especially when they know that it's no longer the popular opinion to talk that way. So I think that it's better, maybe use of people on our side, to spend time looking, if we're going to watch these videos, just especially on YouTube. I get this boost of confidence and like my faith in humanity that is diminished by these clips and these people. I don't know how Drunk Pinata can do this, but I'll watch them on YouTube and then I'll just scroll a little bit through the comments and I'm like warm and fuzzy inside, because the top comments with thousands of likes are like, speaking the truth and just putting it out there. And their user pictures that show that these are people that some are Black, some are in other countries, some are kids, some are old, some are young, some are rappers with their like gang signs, whatever. Like there's all different kinds of people in the YouTube comments and the Twitter comments. And that is the real America. Those are the ones that this nation's been promised to. That's who Trump's returning it to, is the big movement that they are pretending doesn't exist.
100%, Max. That's beautifully said. Absolutely beautifully said. Before we go to our halfway break and welcome in Mr. Reasonable TV, Craig Mason himself, very excited to get him up on the panel. I want to just throw out a couple other things that happened in the wake of the caucus in Iowa. Vivek Ramaswamy drops out of the presidential race and endorses President Trump. So Vivek Ramaswamy has announced he's dropping out of the presidential race after placing fourth in the Iowa caucus. Quote, "There's no path for me to be the next president, absent things that we don't want to see happen in this country," he announced late on January 15th at his Iowa watch party in Serenity Hotel in downtown Des Moines. Quote, "I'm so proud of everyone of you who lifted us up," he told the crowd before pivoting to another announcement. Former President Donald Trump would enjoy his full endorsement. So I know there's a lot of people in this audience that aren't big Vivek fans, don't trust him, and that's fine. No one is necessarily endorsing him for public office on this show, but I feel like he played an important role in all this. He was a complete net positive, in my opinion, in the way he handled himself. He absolutely destroyed those debate stages. He made Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley and Chris Christie look like total political lightweights. He called out Ron and McDaniel. He put the GOP establishment and the feckless nature of the GOP establishment front and center in front of the Fox News conservatives, in front of the normies out there on those major networks. He really, I thought, did a great job bringing MAGA talking points into the room where Donald Trump was not going to be present. So I think he did a great job. He went through Iowa, he dropped out, and now is endorsing Donald Trump. So all in all, at least in the year 2024 and the second half of 2023, Vivek Ramaswamy, in my opinion, was a net positive for the movement, and I appreciate him for it. Going into 2028 or in the future, what role he plays, whether or not he should be endorsed or, we should be promoting him for office. We'll have that conversation. We'll cross that bridge when we get to the water. But right now, I think that Vivek did a huge service to Donald Trump and the MAGA movement with the way he handled himself. And then the other announcement here is Asa Hutchinson dropping out. And I know many of you are surprised to hear that, right? Because probably many of you had no fucking clue this guy was even running to begin with, because I think he got like less than 1% at any point. So the fact that he was even still going into Iowa just means this man was a glutton for humiliation and punishment. But he's out. So anyone that was even aware that this loser was even trying, he's gone now. So that's over with. All right. We are at fifth. Go ahead, Tien.
Just adding one point, and I agree about Aida, but Christie got 35 votes. So you have to wonder, where do these people, where do they get their news? Because he dropped out about a week ago.
I don't know. That's a great,
35 votes.
That's probably some donors or something.
I know.
Who knows? All right, yeah, it's time now to start moving towards the second half of the broadcast, which is available exclusively on pilled.net. We've got a great guest coming in the second hour, Craig Mason of Reasonable TV, a wonderful addition to the panel. So those of you guys watching on Rumble, YouTube, Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, Cloud Hub, Odyssey, and DLive, find your way over to pilled.net for the second half, where we will be broadcasting exclusively. I'll put the link in the Rumble and DLive chats to make it easier on you guys. If you're not on those platforms, it's real simple. Just type into your browser pilled.net. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see all the live channels. Our channel is 412 Productions. All you got to do is click on it. It'll bring you right on in. We'll play a quick video, come back on the other side, say goodbye to those other platforms, and then we'll bring up our very good friend Craig Mason of Reasonable TV for our discussion in this 5 o'clock hour. See you guys in a second.
Pilled.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pilled.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family. And if you have any questions at all, please email support@pilled.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pilled.net. Free speech lives here.
All right. Thank you guys for sticking with us. And again, we are about to move exclusively onto pilled.net for the second hour of the show today. If you're watching on Rumble, DLive, Odyssey, CloudHub, or Twitter, YouTube as well, please jump on over to Pilled. Come find us in the comfy bunker, and appreciate you all who do that. If you're not going to jump over, no worries. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have Graham Moore, Daddy Dragon, checking in. It's been quite a while since we've had him on the panel. Very excited to see Daddy Dragon and see what he's been up to, pick his brain about everything going on. So again, if you're not going to come and keep hanging out with us in the second hour with Craig and the panel, hopefully you guys will tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Again, that link is in the Rumble live chat. It's in the Rumble video description as well. Makes it very easy to come over and join us. So without further ado, you guys have a great rest of your night. And again, hopefully we'll see you over in the bunker. All right. Say goodbye to Rumble, DLive, Twitter,